Hello and welcome to this year's Twelfth, marking the 322nd anniversary of the Battle of the Boyne. This Orange Fest is happening right across Northern Ireland today, and our reporters are at the key demonstrations. As usual, though, we begin our roundup in Belfast. At the stroke of 10 o'clock, the largest of the day's parades began in time-honoured fashion at Carlisle Circus. Almost 120 lodges, accompanied by 70 bands, set off on a 6-mile journey which took them through the crowded city centre. But at the backs of their minds, the tensions in another part of Belfast, Ardoyne.
Well, there'll be representatives of the lodge will make the journey back to the Ardoyne shop fronts, and they'll parade the route before 4 o'clock. The county will not leave the field until these banner through the Ardoyne shop fronts.
Do you believe that that will defuse the situation?
Well, I think it most definitely defuse the situation. It depends. We can't speak for dissidents what they will do, but certainly from the union side, it has already diffused the situation. It wasn't an easy decision for the lodges, it wasn't an easy decision for everybody, but for the greater good of the people who live in that area, for the greater good of Belfast in general, it was the right decision.
At the City Hall, Belfast's most senior Orange men paused to remember those who fell in the service of their country. Then it was into Bedford Street, Dublin Road, Shaftesbury Square and onto the Lisburn, watched by throngs which were many deep. Among them, this Chelsea pensioner, resplendent in his scarlet tunic.
I've worn scarlet north and south of the border and never had to explain it to anyone. I've had to explain it to people in London, but not here. People, they know what it's all about and they're very welcoming.
And I noticed people coming out of the ranks today to shake your hand too.
Yep.
That must make you feel good.
It does. Goes with a uniform.
So you feel a certain responsibility when you wear that uniform?
You're not going to wear it properly and be proud to wear it, don't wear it. I'm proud to wear this with the history that's associated with it.
In this anniversary year, lodges and bands are also entering into the spirit of the time. Centre stage in these celebrations, the centenary of the Ulster Covenant and the effervescent Lord Laird in period dress.
Some people think that this is probably my up-to-date wardrobe, but it is actually 1912, and I'm playing a person who signed the Covenant in 1912, one of the singularly most important documents for the history of the freedom of Northern Ireland, of Ulster.
The Twelfth attracts people from many different places. One French lady's first experience of this date goes back to the 1960s.
I love being in Northern Ireland and I love the Irish people, and it's so warm and welcoming and friendly. So my husband also was very much captured by the country. So we'll come back again.
And one visitor had come from the Boyne itself.
It amazes me at the amount of people that turn out to do it, and it's great credit to them and to tradition, and to think that it's all over something that happened literally outside my front door. But the one thing I think, Paul, is you won the battle, but we have the river and we're going to hold on to it, and we're not giving it back.
The resolutions affirmed the Protestant religion, congratulated the Queen on her Diamond Jubilee and commemorated the centenary of the signing of the Ulster Covenant. For all of today's demonstrations, the field is only the halfway stage. There's still the long walk home. Well, let's catch up now with today's other demonstrations. Next stop, it's Aileen Kennedy in Carrickfergus.
In Carrickfergus, the castle was the setting for this year's 12th of July celebrations. And luckily, a turn in the weather meant that thousands of people came out to watch the parade and soak up the sunshine, with the younger members of the crowds especially enjoying themselves. And there was plenty to see, with more than 60 of the finest marching bands from Northern Ireland, England and Scotland taking part.
This year we're fortunate that we got the flagship status, one of only 3 granted by the Grand Orange Lodge of Ireland. We have had 6 weeks of events. And today does not finish this. We have events running tomorrow and Sunday, where we have a reenactment of King William landing tomorrow, along with the siege of the castle. On Sunday we have walking tours of the borough to show the historic parts of it. Plus we have a continental market on. So we've really went to town, if you want to put it that way, to try to make this the best 12th that we have had in Carrick.
There can hardly be a more appropriate setting for the 12th in Carrickfergus, where King William landed in June 1690 on his way to the Battle of the Boyne. A special tribute was paid to him at the front of the parade in the form of a troop of pikemen in period costume and Sir Henry Inglesby fife and drum corps.
Sir Henry Inglesby was one of King William's generals, and he was left in charge of the castle when King William marched for Newry and onto the Boyne for the Battle of the Boyne after the siege of the castle. And we took his name because of his connection to the town.
This is a massive celebration for Carrickfergus, as this year it was chosen as one of the flagship 12ths. It also played host to the East Antrim Combine 12th, which it does every 10 years. This involved more than 79 lodges, with around 8,000 people taking part in the parade.
Fantastic, fantastic. We've been really, I think there's about 68 bands here today, so fantastic. Great to see the great turnout.
Good crowd, yeah. I think the sun brings more people out. And it's a good day, a good carnival atmosphere today.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Good weather, good day for the family.
Fantastic, really good, and the weather's brilliant, so it is.
And what did you think of the bands?
Yeah, they're great, so they are. They get better every year.
The Junior Orange Order and the Ladies Orange Lodges also took part in the parade. Orange Order members from England and Scotland say they were delighted to be invited.
Oh, it's been tremendous, but obviously with the weather helping, it's brought everybody out, and the pavement sport's been superb. And the march and the bands and everything, it's been excellent. We've had a great time, great support from everybody. And we're always made to welcome. We'll come over every year, you know, from the chaps from Carrickfergus to look after us.
At the field at Woodburn Road, thousands of people gathered to enjoy the atmosphere and to meet with friends and family. And some made an extra special effort in the fashion department. So there's been a massive turnout for this year's 12th of July celebrations in Carrickfergus. Now we're crossing over to Rita Fitzgerald, who's been following the parade in Katy.
A glorious day in County Armagh as Northern Ireland's largest gathering of Orange men and women wound their way through the picturesque town of Katy. Crowds enjoyed the colourful spectacle, cheering on the 5,000 marchers led by Cross Keys Victoria Flute Band. But it was the 80 accordion, pipe, silver and flute bands that made this event a musical extravaganza.
Brilliant.
What's so good about it?
Mostly all the band music and everything.
We have been coming a long time, haven't we, Lisa?
Many years.
Lisa brings her 3 children, I bring mine. We're now down to 1 each because the boys participate in the bands.
Best day of my life.
Is it really?
Oh,
Yeah, it's very special, yeah. Especially when you come to my age.
It's 11 years since Katy hosted the County Armagh celebrations, and despite the odd spot of rain today, crowds have come out in force. 11 district lodges with a total of 155 private lodges marched from Bachelor's Walk down Tassa Road along Crossmoor Road to the demonstration field. The festival atmosphere continued as band after band made their way to the field for refreshments and all the fun of the 12th.
Yes, we're hoping it'll stay dry and everything goes off nice and peacefully and calm.
And you've brought your wee man with you?
I brought my son Alex from us. Alex is 7 next month.
Yeah.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Most important day of the year to celebrate the 1690 and 1795.
And how's it been going so far?
Very well. It's turned out a great day. The sun's shining and it's unusual after what we have had, but it's very nice indeed.
Although the weather stayed fine for the day, the heavy rain in recent days left the field soggy underfoot. Even our roads minister took a dim view of the mud.
On a day like this, gives me an opportunity as roads minister to inspect the roads at first hand, see all the potholes.
And the mud.
And the mud, yeah. Well, to be fair, Katy District have worked really hard in their preparations, and I'm so pleased that they've got a dry day because they were very, very worried about that. But it's a good, happy day, and it's a great expression of culture and a great day of community friendship.
And Northern Ireland's first Olympic flame carrier, Karen Marshall, even made a guest appearance.
It's a wonderful honour to be invited by the county officers, by the Orange, and to be involved in today's festivities. It's a great chance to come along and for everyone in the local community to get a chance to see the torch and have their photo taken with it.
And with the festivities proceeding at full pace, we pass the baton to Judith Hill in Ballynahinch.
Almost 70 lodges and 40 bands are taking part in today's flagship event here in Ballynahinch. Scottish dancers, floats and of course King William and his soldiers right at the heart of this parade.
Well, for me personally, this would be one of the biggest days of my lifetime. We have opened up the Orange Institution to let everybody get an insight into what we're about and do away with any myths or theories about the institution.
Today's Ballynahinch demo was being billed as a tourist event, but it was also an opportunity for friends who live across the globe to be reunited after decades apart.
Yes, I've travelled from Cornwall down in the southwest of England, and I guess this is the first 12th I've managed to be back to for 20 years.
And I've moved to Sydney, Australia, and I've been out there now for 31 years. So it's really great to be back here in Ballynahinch and see old friends and comrades. I wish I could bring the Sydney weather with us, unfortunately I can't.
Over 10,000 people packed out the streets of Ballynahinch to see the spectacle.
I just like to see everybody coming out in a family. I bring all the kids with us and we go to the field and have a nice day. Good fun.
And the kids are loving it,
Yeah, they do love it, yeah. That's them cheering behind us, yeah.
It's always been our tradition to come on the 12th day, no matter where it is. And sometimes we go to the country one in the morning time and go to the Belfast one in the afternoon.
Well, today so far has been a great day, so it has, very family orientated as it should be, so it has, and very inclusive. Yes, it's been fantastic, weather's been good.
Amid all the noise and colour, there was even the odd superhero. And old and young were clearly relishing the sights and sounds on offer. Looking forward to the rest of the day?
A picnic, and we're going to the castle.
Brilliant. That sounds like a brilliant day. Can I come? No?
I'm 88.
What is it about it that you love?
I love to meet people. I love it. It's a religious organisation, not a political organisation.
The sunshine held, and it was all about being creative when it came to getting the best vantage point. Once at the field, a religious service was held, addressed by the Reverend Alistair Smith.
We're celebrating the 322nd anniversary of the Battle of the Boyne. We're celebrating the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, 60 years since her accession to the throne. And this year we're also celebrating the 100th anniversary of the signing of the Ulster Solemn League and Covenant. So it's a year of tremendous celebration.
And there was the chance for marchers and supporters to finally get some respite.
Well, I'm in charge of my lodge today, so I have to make sure they behave themselves.
And is that quite a tough task?
Oh, it's not too bad.
So from one flagship event here in Ballynahinch to another in Enniskillen, where Peter Cardwell has spent the day.
As one wag remarked, King Billy's horse appears to have weathered the last 400 years well. Perhaps this trusty steed's a descendant of the famous White Horse. Anyway, he and his master were here in Enniskillen, leading 15 districts, 90 private lodges, 50 bands. In fact, nearly 3,000 people were on parade here in the island town today. At about 12:30 they left, heading down the Wellington Road on a slightly different route this year.
We've changed the route in Enniskillen this year, which makes it a lot more compact, more people to view it, and it actually, I suppose, looks more enthusiastic this year, simply because there's more people lining the streets in that more compact route.
And another first, an Irish government minister attending an Orange parade. Here he is getting snapped with some lodges from the border counties who were out in force today in Enniskillen.
I think it's been enjoyable just to see the colours in the parade and really the different lodges, particularly to see some of the lodges from the border counties, from Cavan and Donegal and Leitrim as well.
There were some other political visitors too. First Minister Peter Robinson led a group including his wife Aris in a rare public appearance. He said he was having a great day out.
I think there's a very
relaxed family atmosphere around. It's good to see so many lodges coming in from the south, and you've got visitors from many different places around the world here in Enniskillen. I think that the demonstration here, I think, has a special setting, and I've really enjoyed the visit here, and I look forward to coming back to Enniskillen for many more demonstrations to come.
Just days after Church Street in Enniskillen was the focus of the Queen's visit here, again the streets were thronged with people craning their necks to catch a glimpse of the passing bands and Orangemen joining in the fun. And then back to the field they went. Well, it's actually a car park, but we'll not be too pernickety. Burgers, wolfed, ice creams licked, perhaps even a wee snooze or two. Good fun had by all. There were even some Scottish country dancers. These girls are from West Tyrone.
Seeing all the bands and sights and the colours and the great day we're having today. Picnic, first time out with Maisie to see the parade.
I left Maguire's Bridge 46 years ago, and I just got back for 3 weeks just to see my old school buddies.
And what's the 12th like now compared to when you left 46 years ago?
Really hasn't changed very much. Some noisier bands, but there's still a lot of quality bands.
The whole atmosphere, again, the nice weather, and the whole buzz of all the bands together, and keeping dry.
A few wee drinks and what have you, and a cup of tea, and that was it.
The County Grand Master was pleased with how the day went.
A lot of preparations and a lot of time and effort and work put into it, and we have a glorious day today, weather-wise, and we have a huge crowd. As you know, it's a flagship one in Enniskillen, so we're very proud of it.
Almost unbelievably, the sun is shining here in Enniskillen, and up to 20,000 people, the Orange Order estimates, are having a wonderful time here with plenty of family fun for everyone. And now it's over to Gareth Wilkinson. He's in Coleraine for what's happening up there.
It's 4 years since the 12th was last held in Coleraine, and today it returned in a big way, hosted by the McCosquin district.
That's always a great place for the 12th, I believe. It brings massive crowds to see the parade and all, and the weather is really, well, the good man above has blessed us with a good day, and that makes it all the better.
What are people going to see here today?
Well, they'll see the 60 lodges that are represented here today, plus their bands, and just see the Orange Order at its best.
As the parade set off from Railway Road, the honour of leading proceedings was given to Limavady District.
Several of our lodges have got a few anniversaries this year. We've got a couple of bands that are 100 years old, so it's a very great honour for us to be able to lead through Coleraine today.
More than 60 lodges taking part, there were thousands of feet on the street, all marching to a slightly different beat. This year, over 50 bands provided the music. Among the pipes there was a bit of punk, and watching the Orange was a bluesman, Northern Ireland's leading guitarist Henry McCulloch.
There's some great bands, it's a great occasion, you know, and I come down to watch the guys marching there and hear a bit of music, you know, and when the Ireland bags get going, sure, but take you anywhere, you know. Then you get a few boys that are a bit wild, you know, and they would kick the heels up and just send her home.
So there's a bit of rock and roll in this parade as well.
There is indeed.
Coleraine blossomed into colour as the parade wound its way through the town centre.
Coleraine is packed to capacity. There could be up to 30,000 people here enjoying the 12th. And as well as locals, it's holiday makers who are swelling the numbers in this North Coast town.
You know, it reminds me a lot of parades in the United States, I guess, with the bands going through, and I heard a few familiar tunes.
Have you ever experienced the 12th of July before?
No, first time.
And what do you think?
Great. Yeah, it's good.
Also visiting were lodges from Donegal.
It shows you have North and South able to come and celebrate together. Sure, what more could you want?
Over the ban and into the field. A religious service was held here. No doubt words of thanks were offered for the weather, and for the Largy Flute Band it was time to celebrate a major milestone.
This is our 100th year, our centenary celebration. The area started in 1911, the lodge was formed, and a year later, in 1912, the band was formed, the same year as the Titanic, and luckily we're still playing. Yeah.
There's plenty of refuelling going on in the field before they did it all over again.
And you've still got a bit to go yet?
Aye, but we're going down the hill this time.
It'll be easier.
Oh, much.
It'll be a few years before the 12th returns here again. That's why they made the very best of it. So from Coleraine, it's over to Shauna McEwen, who's been watching today's parade in Crumlin.
Seven districts, 70 lodges and dozens of bands took part in the demonstration in Crumlin in County Antrim. In the days running up to the parade there was tension and fears of trouble, but last night a deal was reached between the Orange Order and a nationalist residents group.
A very good outcome. No problems, no protests in the street. We've come up on our parade this morning without any incidents and everybody seemed to be very happy and content.
Under the deal, tricolours in the now mainly nationalist village were taken down and the Orange Order supporters put up their flags and bunting for the day. The only 12th parade in the Republic took place in Donegal, and Colin McAlinden reports from the march in Rossnowla.
Sashes by the sea. The Rossnowla Parade is the Orange Order's annual day out at the Donegal coast. While it may have been a few days early, this was the Republic's main 12th of July demonstration.
Well, we have about 50 Orange lodges in Donegal, Monaghan, Cavan and Leitrim, and we have one lodge in Dublin, Wicklow, and they all meet up here today for our annual 12th parade. Plus then there comes visiting bands and lodges from Northern Ireland from the various counties.
Where in the world could you go for a more idyllic setting for a 12th of July demonstration? You have the Donegal Hills on one side and the Atlantic Ocean on the other side.
So how important is it for members living on this side of the border to be holding a demonstration of this size?
I think it's very important for the members here to know that they can have a demonstration within their own country.
Thousands came from Northern Ireland, while many had travelled even further.
I reside in Limerick, and it's about 190 miles from Limerick to Rossnowla.
We're actually here on holiday, but the parade today is like a holiday. You know, it's very, very enjoyable and it's very laid back.
And here's something you don't see every day, a Norwegian mum and daughter in an orange parade. They decided to take part after meeting members of the Pride of the Birch from Cumber in their home country. The young women learned to play the accordion in record time.
Only since August I've learned to play the accordion, so I'm kind of new at it, but I tried to and I've learned some of the songs.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, very much so. It's really marvellous.
Everyone who took part enjoyed parading along such a scenic route, but nothing beats a stroll on the beach.
So we come to the end of another 12th. You've been sending us your photographs of today's celebrations. If you'd like to see more, then visit our special online gallery at u.tv. Until the next time, goodbye.